was looking through our bookshelf today and I came across a very fun book called And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street. This is a Dr. Seuss book, and this is actually the first book that he ever had published way back in 1937. So that was a very long time ago, and it's still a good book today. Starts out, when I leave home to walk to school, Dad always says to me, Marco, keep your eyelids up and see what you can see. But when I tell him where I've been and what I think I've seen, he looks at me and sternly says, your eyesight's much too keen. Stop telling such outlandish tales. Stop turning minnows into whales. Now what can I say when I get home today? So there he goes. See him walking off? He's going to come up with some good stories for his dad, I think. Here's the next picture. It says, all the long way to school and all the way back, I've looked and I've kept careful track. But all that I've noticed, except for my own feet, was a horse and a wagon on Mulberry Street. That's nothing to tell of. That won't do, of course. Just a broken down wagon that's drawn by a horse. That can't be my story. That's only a start. I'll say that a zebra was pulling the cart. And that is a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. So he's going to say it was a zebra instead of a horse, just to make it more interesting. Yes, the zebra is fine, and I think it's a shame that such marvelous beast with a cart so tame. The story would really be better to hear if the driver I saw were a charioteer. A gold and blue chariot's something to meet, rumbling like thunder down Mulberry Street. Ooh, it's getting a little more interesting. Now, it won't do at all. A zebra's too small. A reindeer is better. He's fast and he's fleet. And I think he'd look mighty smart on old Mulberry Street. So now he's saying it was actually a reindeer, not a zebra. Hold on a minute, there's something wrong. A reindeer hates the way it feels to pull something that runs on wheels. He'd be much happier instead if he could pull a fancy sled. A reindeer and sleigh? Say, anyone could think of that. Jack or Fred or Joe or Nat, say even Jane could think of that. But it isn't too late to make one little change. A sleigh and an elephant. There's something strange. I'll pick one with plenty of power and size, a blue one with plenty of fun in his eyes, and then, just to give him a little more tone, have a Rajah with rubies perched high on a throne. Say, that makes a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. But now, I don't know, it still doesn't seem right. An elephant pulling a thing that's so light would whip it around like an air and a kite. But he'd look simply grand with a great big brass band. A band that's so good should have someone to hear it. But it's going too fast to keep, it would be hard to keep near it. I'll put it on a trailer. I know they won't mind if a man sits and listens while hitched on behind. But now is it fair? Is it fair what I've done? I'll bet those wagons weigh more than a ton. That's really too many a load for one beast. I'll give him some helpers. He needs two, at least. But now what worries me is this. Mulberry Street runs into bliss. Unless there's something I can fix up, there'll be an awful traffic mix-up. Uh-oh. It takes police to do the trick, to guide them through where traffic's thick. It takes police to do the trick. They'll never crash now. They'll race at top speed with Sergeant Mulvaney himself in the lead. See the policeman at the front? It's getting a little crazy. Remember, it started out as just a horse and a wagon. The mayor is there, and he thinks it is grand, and he raises his hat as they dash by the stand. The mayor is there, and the aldermen too, all waving big banners of red, white, and blue. And that is a story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. With a roar of its motor, an airplane appears and dumps out confetti while everyone cheers. And that makes a story that's really not bad, but it still could be better. Suppose that I add, see, there's the guy on the airplane dumping confetti on the Raja with the elephant and 2 giraffes and a band and someone to listen and people to cheer. And he's going to add more. A Chinese man who eats with sticks, a big magician doing tricks, a 10-foot beard that needs a comb. No time for more. I'm almost home. Whoa, look at that. I swing around the corner and dash through the gate. I run up the steps and I felt simply great, for I had a story that no one could beat, and to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. But Dad says quite calmly, just draw up your stool and tell me the sights on your way home from school. There was so much to tell, I just couldn't begin. Dad looked at me sharply and pulled at his chin. He frowned at me sternly from there in his seat. Was there nothing to look at? No people to greet? Did nothing excite you or make your heart beat? Nothing, I said, growing red as a beet, but a plain old horse and wagon on Mulberry Street. So I think he had a very good imagination, the little boy in the story and Dr. Seuss. And like I said, this book is 80 years old, but it's still a good story to read today. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one. Bye.